the Philadelphia Phillies have won the National League pennant.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball. The 3-0 pitch, swing and long drive. There it is, number 500, the career 500th home run for Michael Jack Smith.
Welcome to the fan lot.
Really? Was that necessary?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Real quick already. We already got one of our favorite people ever, Corey Welk, saying nice intro. Thank you, buddy.
What's up, Welk boy?
He worked really hard on this, actually.
It's been in the works. Like I said, we will be having more content and better video segments as we roll. And I know what the buttons do.
We hope so.
Crack cocaine. I just want you to be able to hear that in your ears.
Thanks. I finally have my headphones today, so thanks for that one, D-Car.
Crack Cheers. That one off. Let's go.
Tommy's up.
Only man that can make me dance.
Tom says, this series made my balls itch. I don't know how to take that because, well, obvious reasons.
Well, let's just stop for a minute.
Well, wait, real quick. Corey says crack cocaine because he thinks it's funny.
It's
Jesse
hilarious.
loves the button boy.
I love it. But let's just stop for a minute. Okay. The Rangers were 68 for 94.
I'm going to try and be blind.
What?
I'm going to try and be blind.
Oh. So they were fourth in their division. They did a shit ton to ramp up their team. And now...
So do we.
Yeah, but think about it. What do they tell you when you go to prison? Beat the shit out of the biggest dude there to make a statement. We were the NL fucking champs. Obviously. But you seen how game 1, game 2, they came out and beat the fuck out of us. It's 23 fucking scores run. But tonight, I mean, I didn't expect Bailey Falter, but we'll get in that later. But like, if I was to come out after having a record like that, I'm making a statement with the NL champs. I know they're an American League team, but still, I'm beating the shit out of you. And they did it. They swept us. And I'll give it to them. And I'm not even going to feel bad about this because I think going forward, it's going to be different for the Phillies. And I'm not going to take this as being anything worried besides the starting pitching. That is the one thing that needs to be worked on.
All right. Well, let's just get into it then. Ready?
Let's go.
Oh, am I supposed to put up a new thing for this? Okay. You got to stop also, Vince, pulling that away because you're pulling my my headphones with you, buddy.
Well, you didn't have headphones last time, so there's that.
All right. Let's get into the dugout. Look at this shit we got.
Adjust the size of that video so that way it takes the screen, but then you get to see us in the background as we see the new videos come out, and we're excited.
Thank you. The Dugout is brought to you by Righteous Felon. You can go to www.righteousfelon.com and use promo code OCSN for 15% off the best beef jerky around. Real quick comments from Corey says, more importantly, we finally got a hold of DeGrom. Yes, we did. That was fun.
He's washed.
What?
He's washed. He's old and he's on a 55 pitch count. I'm surprised he got as far as he did, but I think the Texans wasted a lot of money putting him on their roster. And anybody that was saying we should have signed him is a big dumb.
He's been, I mean, he's had a lot of injuries and all that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Real quick, Brandon, what's up, guys? He says, we got swept. Yes, that's what we're about to talk about. 159 more to go.
Yeah.
And Corey about the Grom can't stay healthy, which is pretty much what I was just saying too.
Let's break the rust off, dude. I mean, I know there's spring training, but still, it's you had three.
That was gross.
That
was nasty.
Yeah, I know. You had three.
Don't do that.
You had three players that were away from the league in the World Baseball Classic, which you made points about that they're not going to be ready for the pitch clock and all that shit, which I agree with.
I was really concerned about that. We, like you were saying, we had three of our main guys be in the World Classic, and they didn't have the new rule changes that we have right now.
Yeah.
So I was concerned about that. I don't think it did affect them, at least our guys. I will be honest, like they didn't get violations or anything, so I don't think that was an issue. But just to recap the series, like Brandon was just saying, we got swept. We got fucked. We didn't get the sweep, but we got swept. Game 1, 2, and 3 was a loss. Game 1, the final score, Phillies 7, the Rangers 11. 7-11. Okay. Game 2, Phillies 3, Rangers 16. That was just disgusting. Why would you cheer at that?
Because it was just that ugly that the only thing you can do is cheer.
Okay. And then tonight, less ugly, I will say that. Phillies 1, Rangers 2. Yeah. At least, that one was not a shit show completely. I actually thought, as we were going on through it, I actually said this to him privately. I was like, I think actually with these starting pitchers we had, that Falter would be the only game that we won. Falter was tonight. Unfortunately, we all see that did not happen. But we'll get into that a little bit more at Pitcher's Poison. However, he was the best starter that we have seen so far.
Yeah, but no, there were silver linings from this matchup that I don't think a lot of people are looking at. They're looking at the losses compared to what we gained during. So as we go in, I'm not going to talk about it now because we have our segment set up, but there's a silver lining to all this.
I'm not worried at all about how we just lost the first series. If you go back in to when we went to the World Series and won it in 2008, how we went to the World Series last year, we start off shitty.
Oh yeah, it's a Philadelphia tradition.
Exactly. It's just what we do. I'm not concerned. I'm not scared at all. I mean, we've got some new guys on the team. Obviously, injuries taking guys away, and guys being away during spring training for the World Classic. Like, I'm not concerned. I just think we're all still learning how to gel together.
Mm-hmm.
I say we're all, like I'm a part of the team.
Oh, we are a part of the team.
In spirit, definitely. Corey and Brandon, I see you guys' comment, and I agree with both of them. I'm just waiting to bring them up for Pitcher's Poison, FYI, not ignoring you all.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, player of the series, for me personally, I'm going to choose JT Realmuto. He averaged a .571, and he had a .625 on base percentage. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you don't run on JT, people.
No.
He got that stolen base out. So, Tommy. Okay, actually, yeah, let's bring this one up right now.
Brandon and Corey don't matter.
No, they're gonna come up for Pitcher's Poison. Tom's comment says the convenience of an earpiece not working needs to get addressed. All 3 games, it didn't work. It's not a pitch clock issue. It's a decision issue or rule issue that needs to get talked about. I totally agree with you. And even the announcers on tonight's game was like, I don't know what pitcher it was for the Rangers, but it was like all of a sudden, because his pitch time was running out, it's like, oh, my earpiece isn't working or whatever. And then, oh, wait a minute, I just have to bang it a couple times. Now it works all of a sudden, guys. No need to do a swap. It's bullshit.
Can I just real quick?
I'm scared, but go ahead.
Snoop D-O double G just knocked out the Miz. What a punch. Anyway,
For those of you that follow wrestling, WWE, tonight's WrestleMania night 2, and that's what he's getting updates about. Also, spoiler alert, because we're going to watch it.
Okay, we're going to say
Jesus,
But
Vince.
what I have to say to that is a pitch violation against the pitcher. I guess that'd be better, but against him during a stolen base, which the clock ran out while he was already at least halfway, we should have got a ball on that and awarded second base. It should not have negated.
You're talking about Trey Turner's steal. Yeah.
It should not have negated the steal. Second,
what we were just talking about though was about them saying, "Oh, like the comm's not working between the pitcher and the catcher." Which Corey's chiming in too and says, I said that crap about the earpiece and clock violation happened 2 times. Tommy's agreeing with you. You should have got the base. Absolutely, 100%. But I feel like these rules have kind of so far really gone against the Phils. Not in our favor at all. And I'm not a fan of that. But
you know what should happen. And this is what I think. They should be allowed, the umpire should allow to take the pitch calm, okay? And this might sound fucking stupid, but there's a rule in football where if there's interference, this is hypothetical interference. If the umpire takes the pitch calm and it works, it should be an automatic run. Because if in football, somebody on the sideline during a play touches an active player, it's an automatic touchdown. So, I mean, it's kind of like, what's it called? LeBron James does it a lot. He falls down, acts like he got hit, and it was like definitely not an injury. But it should be a violation, and it should count as an automatic run. And if it goes against the Phillies, that's fine. I just want that rule to be there, so that way this shit doesn't happen.
I don't know if it should be an automatic run. Maybe like man on base, you mean?
Okay.
Like a balk kind of deal.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I think that's an excellent point, actually, because that really does. That's just people manipulating the system and the rules at that point.
Yeah.
And when it comes out that their manipulation works and it's not in your favor, yeah, I'm going to have a problem with that.
But I'm on both sides of it. I mean, if it's going to go one way, and I would take it. I mean, I don't see the Phillies ever doing it, but for you having 3 games where you had violations, or not violations, calm errors, I think it's a complete and utter fucking disgrace, and the MLB really needs to figure out a way to adjust that.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. Obviously, this is everyone's like first series of 2023 season, so things are still getting worked out. We've seen umpires in this series alone have to go, I guess, talk to New York. I'm assuming because they're kind of like the.
But that's the other thing, though. Like they got the challenge on game 1, then. Game 2, they got it again. Like, was there not a fucking red flag that came up during that entire thing? Like, somebody in the MLB should have been like, wait, no, come on. You can't tell me 2 days in a row we're going to award these people something of a pitch calm. And especially...
The one was sincere. That one was sincere. The ump did check that one in game, I believe it was game 2. That one was sincere. They actually swapped it out and all of that. The one tonight was full of shit. Even the announcer said it.
Wait. No.
No to what?
Game 2's was when, and I literally, it happens every fucking time. I'm like, our next batter, if he comes up and it scores a run, Trey Turner would have tied the game up. And I think that created a morale issue where it was just like, well, fuck, this rule's really screwing us and we're done.
I don't see them being like that this early on in the season. I really don't. Real quick, Tommy says the part that gets me is the fact that it happened more times in the last 3 games than I've seen it happen the whole year last year. Excellent point. Like I said, they're manipulating the rules, the rule changes. They need more time. They don't want to get a penalty. Oh, how convenient is it to say, hey, there's a communication issue?
Yeah. Excellent
point. Corey, agree 100 billion%, buddy. CB Buckner sucks at life. Dude,
that
he was terrible. He was the home plate umpire yesterday's game. Yes, absolutely horrific calls made. I'm all for. I'm like, I'm fed up. I've had enough. I'm all for the automated strike zone. Bring it in.
Yeah, I think that's a thing that needs to get addressed. I mean, even Kruk posted something to where he was like, There has to be something where you can get these umpires either removed or move them out of home plate to first, second, third,
or some kind of penalty situation.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Or he called it a grading. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but he called it a grading system. They need a grading system. Like it'd be like the guy that ejected JT out of the game. You know what I mean? Like he was a I think like a high school or minor league umpire that they brought up just for that game. He sucked. Well, maybe there's someone down in the minors that's doing better judgment calls than guys that made it up into the MLB. And they need to be taken and switched.
Also, I believe there's 10 new umpires this season for the MLB. So that's a lot, and a lot of people trying to prove themselves, and we all know umpires have huge ego issues. So that's rough. Tommy says that's going to need a whole episode. And Corey says, I was waiting for Schwartz to flip out again on him like he did last year. I said the same thing to Vince. And also,
I thought it was Castellanos.
There was a moment with Brandon Marsh where he got screwed, and they called a ball a strike. And Brandon actually started arguing. Was like, "This is ridiculous." Luckily, he did not get thrown out, but completely agree. Corey again says Buckner still has his lawsuit with the umpires union because he's never gotten any big time games. Gee, I wonder why you blow.
Yeah.
I really do need to learn how to read comments though before I put them up. We all know what happened last episode.
Yeah. He was complaining because he hasn't been able to do the postseason, and literally, I think not only umpires, but
like Corey just said, point proven. Why?
Yeah.
You suck.
I'm pretty sure the MLB said, look, dude, if you do that in a postseason or World Series game, like your calls are not accurate, and they've run them all for percentage. So if they're calling pitches that are literally what he did to Castellanos, Marsh, all of them where they were off the plate by a good margin, you're not postseason worthy.
Agreed.
That's why Angel Hernandez is not.
Oh God, where's your boo button?
Oh, it's right here.
That's perfect. At first, I was like, "Is that laughter or is that natural?" No. I heard it towards the end.
But it just you can't be a professional Major League Baseball umpire and create such atrocious fucking calls.
Yes.
And expect to go and get into the World Series. I don't give a fuck who you think you are.
Yes, completely agree. So let's keep this rolling along. Well, hang on one sec. One more comment. I'm gonna read it first this time because I'm starting to get better. I'm starting to learn. Corey says, "Don't start with Angel Hernandez." Right, dude. And see, Tommy says not a boo.
What?
I don't know. At first, I was like, "Is that really boo?" Because it kind of sounded like cheering, and then I thought I heard a boo towards the end.
All right, next segment.
But
if you don't like my buttons,
crack cocaine.
Crack cocaine.
Jesus.
That was my voice, by the way. Just want you know.
You don't think I know the sound of your voice?
It just sometimes.
I could recognize your voice completely anywhere, blindfolded. Anyways, let's move on to Pitcher's Poison. I gotta find it. This is all new for me, so give me a second. Look at us looking slightly put together.
Do you know what I have in my notes?
I'm scared.
It says pitching. Fuck.
Anyways, moving on. Pitcher's Poison is brought to you by Row One Brand. You can go to www.row1brand.com for all of your vintage sports gifts, memorabilia, art, and American sports history. Use OCSN 15 for 15% off.
And we're just going to throw this one in there. Norse beards.
They're back.
Yes, they are back, and that's why we were having a little bit of a tiffy, and apparently they're ready to rock and roll again. Use OCSN for 25% off or 15% off your beard product. I use it, love it. I have the oil. I have the Norseman beard balm. If you have a long beard like me, it just creates such a refreshing, especially because summertime was when we first started using. Well, I started using North Beard, not you, but they being a welder and being in the heat, getting a scrunchy beard feels like a freaking Brillo pad. It just softens it.
It smells too,
and it smells like a dryer sheet. The one I have, they have.
No, I meant your beard used to smell bad.
Yeah. Now,
and I'm like, oh, I have to kiss this guy.
Yep. Now it smells way better.
Oh my god, it smells so. It's intoxicating.
Yep.
It smells so good, so good.
So welcome back to Old City Sports Network.
Yes,
Norse Beards.
All right, so pitchers poison. I'm going to start out with our 1, 2, 3 game starters and talk about their stats and all of that, and then we'll get into all of our relief pitchers because there was a lot of all of that, and it's going to take some time to go through it all.
It really is.
Corey, dude, we've said this too. Corey Welk says should send some beard stuff, aka Norse beards, to Marsh. You know, he probably already uses it.
Yeah, I think
I'm just saying.
does.
You know.
That's how it just stays nice and groomed and out of his face.
Okay, so Aaron Nola started game 1. He pitched 3.2 innings. He had 4 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of 12.27. I think this was his worst opening day start ever in his career.
Wait, hold on. Let's just time out for a second. All of that attributed to 3.2 innings.
Yes, exactly.
3.2.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure his career history stats, this was his worst MLB opening day. And he's had quite a few of them, actually.
You would think it's fucking September.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm. We have. What's it, April now? Well, no, that was March. We have March and September Nola, and hopefully, what?
Also, my man just got married, so maybe he's just busy with life. I don't know.
What?
Trying to help.
No. He just got married. The marriage isn't in the way no more.
The fuck does that mean?
He doesn't have stress of planning a wedding. The wedding's done.
Let's be honest. The man doesn't plan the wedding, okay? He just has to show up.
Yeah. Watch out. Your mic's about to fall.
No, it sounds good.
That is literally the idea.
Like
that is the
right
epitome of just the tip with where you're at right now.
I'm sorry. Brandon said, Vince, sorry if I broke Rachel from my comment the other day. Dude, he made a clip out of it, Brandon. Yeah. I was like, I just got set up, didn't I? Without even realizing.
You taught her a valuable lesson about reading.
I did. And I need to read prior.
Yeah, see what happens when you fucking read? It's not cool no more.
Corey says, bro just wrote the check for the wedding. Exactly. But anyways.
The wedding's not a problem on why he went 3.2 innings and allowed all of them runs. especially after the Phillies just put up 5 runs. We had a 5-run lead. How do you blow a 5-run lead? How?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. You nullify it.
Also, I truly believe Nola showed signs that he needed to be pulled way before he actually got pulled. And I don't know if that was our coaches having more belief and faith in him than what he was actually capable of doing, or if our guys in the bullpen just weren't ready to go yet. But he was in that game longer than what he could be in that game.
Okay, this is the one thing I do have to say, though.
Oh, shit.
And I just want to say.
It scares me every time.
And seriously, I want Corey, I want Tommy and Brandon, I want you guys to answer. Do you think it's wrong
What about me?
No, you can too, obviously. You're the fucking host of the show. God. Fucking, do you think it's okay for a stadium to be able to control the flight of a ball by opening their roof?
Okay. What? That has nothing to do.
Actually, it does.
It helped and hindered both, because when the roof was open yesterday, they had issues seeing the ball in the outfield because of the sun.
Mm-hmm. Now, think about it like this, though. When Aaron Judge was going on his home run, kick, they opened the roof to help him. But if you could, it would almost be like as if, I see your back comments, but it would be almost as if you had, let's say, CBP on our big new beautiful board that we just built.
I can't wait to see that live.
We put a fucking fan on it, and it would be like, we turn the fan on whenever the fuck we want it, and it blew balls down.
Okay, but you're talking.
It allowed the ball to travel better, and I'm not making excuses. I'm saying, should a team be able to go, well, if we open, which they normally don't open the roof right now. Also,
first off, the roof was open both first and second game, not tonight.
Yeah.
It's mostly to do with weather and temperature. And it's not just their stadium. There's several stadiums that can do that same thing with football too. So that's a whole nother topic to get into. Like that's a rabbit hole to go down right there.
That's environmental steroids.
Oh my God. Also, real quick, new comment from John Cotter. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly.
What's up, John? Welcome to the show.
Awesome. And had to give you a shout out. Thank you for your comment, buddy.
What's
and
up,
your
bud?
views.
But it is. You're using, and see, in CBP, it's different. We don't have a dome. So we can't be like, oh, well, the wind's blowing from the fucking north. So, the ball's going to travel better. But, tomorrow the wind's blowing from the south and it's hindering the path of the ball. They have the ability to either open or close that roof and make the ball travel better. And even if you didn't listen to 94.1, but I listened to it Friday on the way, they said that the times that they opened it up for Aaron Judge to hit them balls, it was to help him travel the ball out. And they normally do not open the roof during that time.
Like I said, that's a whole debate to go down.
It was just simple. Is it yes or
no? Brandon's it's
check yes or no.
Was that a dig on my voice?
No, that was a country song.
Oh, George Strait.
Yeah.
That's the first song I ever learned as a kid. Fun fact. Brandon says, yeah, check yes or no. Yeah. Anyways, Brandon says it's a 50-50 debate for both pitchers and batters. Like I said, it's a complete debate, and I understand what you're trying to say, but it's hard to really answer yes or no. It depends.
It's not yes or no. It's environmental steroids and should be illegal.
Oh my God. Okay.
Just saying.
Environmental steroids.
It is a thing now. Just like nullified. If I'm trademarking it, so that the next time we watch the game, if one of the announcers says nullified when Nola does something, I'm gonna be like, I fucking said it first.
Yeah, you know what I'm pissed off about though? Real quick.
Your tweet earlier.
No, it's like I keep tweeting things, and then all of a sudden, okay, maybe yes. Then the Phillies immediately afterwards. I see you. Stop stealing my shit. Just kidding. I'm not that important. Anyways, let me read the comment real quick.
Mm-hmm. You need to listen. Also,
I pointed to you and said maybe yes. Corey says, well, then you could argue about Coors Field higher elevation makes the ball carry further. Excellent point. Like I said, this is a complete rabbit hole to go down.
But that's different though. All right,
still ball manipulation is what basically this argument is all about.
But that's not something they can turn on or off.
Fuck. All right. I'm going to move on. Let's go on to game 2 starting pitching. Zach Wheeler was not good.
He only went a little bit more. 4.2.
He went 4.1.
4.2.
Loser.
4.1.
4.1.
I'm dyslexic.
Then it would have been 2.4.
No. I did this at work. I fucked up, and the words weren't even close.
You switched the lines, didn't you?
Yeah, except for I put a ladder on a truck for no reason, and the word was bottom, and I read it as both, and I thought it said both sides, but
interesting.
Really fucked that up. So enjoy your new ladder.
Let's say back on track. Wheeler had 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and an ERA of 8.31.
Them 2 balls of sunshine accounted for 5 home runs and 23 runs. Them 2 balls of sunshine.
Is that what we're gonna call it now?
Our fucking aces.
Oh, okay.
Our aces accounted for 23 runs and 5 home runs.
Corey just called you a nerd. Or maybe he called me, or he called one of us a nerd. I'm hoping it was you. It should be you. For sure. So yeah, that is what it is. We spent a lot of time earlier, so I'm going to move on quickly to Bailey Falter, who started tonight's game. He was the best starting pitcher that we've seen, and you and I kind of predicted that.
Yeah.
He went, I'm cutting you off. He went 5.1 innings. He had 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, 3 strikeouts, and an ERA earned run average of 3.38.
You got to give it to the kid. I mean, a lot of he had so much against him coming in last year. He was splitting with Noah Syndergaard, right? Yeah, Noah Syndergaard. He was splitting games with him, and now his end of the season.
No, he was actually towards the end. He was like one of our main starters, and he was doing fantastic.
Yeah, but he wasn't pitching full games. He was only.
Yeah, but none of them are pitching full games.
Well, when you're getting out after 3 or 4 innings, yeah, but that's what he was doing, and he went farther than our aces, is what I'm saying.
Real quick, Brandon asked an amazing question. He said, "Let me ask you guys: if you guys had to build a team around either Nola or Wheeler, who would you pick and why?"
I mean, I would. Fuck. So, if I could go back in time, Wheeler, but he's too old now. Nola, he made a really bad statement in game 1. If you're playing for this is my worth contract, so for him going, I want to experience free agency, but then you come out and you give me 3.2 innings. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm bringing you back. I would actually disregard both of them, and probably right now, I would build around Bailey Falter. To be honest, he's the one. He has shown the most progress since me and you started this show.
Same with, I mean, obviously he's injured right now, so we haven't got to see him yet in this season. But Ranger Suarez too is another one that's really up and coming.
But Nola, I would build around Nola if anything.
I agree.
I think Wheeler, when he's done in 2025, would be 36 or 37.
Yeah, right? And that's pretty much why I'm agreeing too. Is Wheeler's getting up there in age. I mean, not that's bad thing. Like you look at Jamie Moyer, but
I love that guy.
Oh God, yeah, Philly dude, Philly kid for sure. But I know Wheeler is technically supposed to be, like, on paper anyways, our best pitcher, but I just think there's too many factors coming into it anymore when it comes to Wheeler, and I think if I had to choose, I would definitely pick Nola. He's younger. I feel like he stays more focused and less emotional, I guess I could say. He really seems to struggle in September, right when we really seem to need it the most, and not counting the very beginning of the season, I'm sorry, I feel like he's more reliable. I think that'd be my answer. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. All right.
Do you have anything else to say about Falter? I know, like, we're kind of running these segments a little bit late, so do you want to get into... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, he did really... I think he kept himself very calm today, and he actually... Yeah. I think this might have been one of his best performances. And I really feel like he's a pitcher to where when it's like, we need a pitcher to show up and get us back in, he did it, and he went deep today, and, I mean, showed, and the team was behind him. And I got to give it to him. He's if this is the Bailey Falter we're gonna have in 2023, let's fucking go. I'm with it.
Brandon says he also has a good feeling about Soto as well.
Yeah, I think that first game he had was really just a hiccup.
He was so upset about that too. Like he was very upset about it. He came back today and really made up for it. I agree with you, just a hiccup.
I mean, he dealt with visa issues and he wasn't able to get into spring training. So I'm not holding anything against Soto. Like I've seen a lot of people online bashing him, but it's like, imagine trying to get back, your visa's fucked up, and then you only get a couple weeks, and it's not like he's pitching every day in spring training. So he showed up, had a couple games spring training, had that game. So I'll give it to him. I think he's going to be something more prominent to this team than I think a lot of people expect.
Real quick, shout out to Star Wars 99. Thank you, buddy, for tuning in.
Remember him from last year. What's up, buddy?
He says, this sucks. We got swept. Definitely did.
But there's silver linings, I'm promising you, dude.
Absolutely. This is how we typically start our our season, even when we win a championship. Corey says Soto had nerves. He was pissed, but he had visa issues and had no spring training time. He'll brush it off and be fine. Exactly what you were just saying.
100%.
Yep.
I'm not sweating it.
No.
Even Sir Anthony, he was like, "This is not my at all equivalent to the fucking best performance." I think I was after yesterday's game.
So just to recap, Soto in total went 1 full inning in both games. He had 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. His ERA technically right now is 27. However, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about our guys right now. And I know a lot of people are freaking out like, oh my God, we lost 3 in a row. But this is typical Phillies baseball. Like this started the season. I'm not concerned. Who else did you just mention, Vince? Dominguez?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had 3 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 0 strikeouts. I could not find his ERA online after this game. Because they didn't have him going a full inning. But typically it's like 0 point something. I don't know why I couldn't find it. But we've seen pretty much the full bullpen. If you think about it, we've had Vasquez, Brogdon, Strom, Alvarado, Marte, Harrison, Kimbrel, Dominguez, Soto, and Bilotti. So we had a lot of bullpen action in all 3 games.
Dominguez doesn't have one at all right now.
Yeah, which is very typical.
On ESPN, Chris Kimmel has a 81.
I have that, yeah. Corey is saying Josh Harrison has the best ERA out of the bullpen.
He was the best bullpen pitcher.
Actually, Harrison is tied as far as ERA goes with Alvarado, Strom, Vasquez, and Bilotti. So
Bilotti looked a lot better.
ERA is the same for all those guys. They're actually all tied with that.
He looked a lot better in game 2. Game 1, I was like, why is he even here? But then I remember there's a couple faces that I never want to see again. Norwood.
Don't.
Moore.
Don't.
Both Moores. Yeah. There's a
Morewood. It's Norwood.
I don't give a fuck what his real name is. He sucked.
Okay. Well, his last name is actually
Norwood. I would have thought he was like a long lost child of Joe Girardi because he was fucking up so bad, and Girardi was like, "We're gonna give him another try."
So out of the most innings pitched for our bullpen, Vasquez had 1.1, Brogdon had 2, Strom 1, Alvarado 1, Marte 0.2, Harrison 0.2, Kimbrel 0.1, Soto 1, and Bilotti 2.2. So just to give you guys a little bit of a background for that, which is why the numbers are probably confusing. But yeah, to your point, Vince, ERA, Kimbrel had 81, Soto had a 27, Marte had a 27, Brogdon a 9, and then everyone else actually had a 0 for earned run average. Not earned runs completely.
To all them guys with 0s for their ERA, thank God for you.
Also, real quick, because I told him I want to do a shout out, because men suck, and I'm tired of them talking about how much women don't belong in sports. How many percentage of women followers do we have? Ladies, I love you all and thank you, because women 100% do belong in sports and do maybe sometimes know actually what they're talking about. Rant over. Sorry, just had to go over that. Moving on. Are we done with pitching?
Oh, I thought you wanted to fuck.
I was going to, but I was like, I don't want to. We're like getting late in time. So,
okay.
You want to move on? Anything else to say with pitching?
Nah. Take me out of the stream. I need a beer.
This is going to be a thing now, isn't it?
Yep.
Jeez. All right. Bye, Vince. Bye-bye. All right. Well, then let's move on to batters up, which I really need to fix this. It's all out of the way. Hang on. We got a new one, too.
Pitch tonight. Fastball. It's a breaking ball. That's how you make a statement when you've been struggling. That's pitch tonight.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Star Wars 99 says, let's start the Yankees off right. Yes, that's the next series we got. Yeah, for sure. That starts tomorrow, which brings me up to the point where we will be back live tomorrow for pre-game series, probably around 6. I think the game's at 7, correct? Yes. All right. So, Batter Up is brought to you by Hangman's Brewery. You can go to www.hangmansbrewing.com and also check them out constantly on Delco Dive.
Dude, they've had a couple beers that have just the one lager they had, and then I forget what the one was because it's like a pretty much like new up and coming, but he doesn't label his beers, so when he sends them to us, he described it, and I think it was actually a IPA. That was probably the best one. I have to go with Jesse from Delco Dive, and
Jesse Bell
from Delco, and get the name of that because that was an actual very good lager or IPA. I meant. See, I'm already getting myself fucked up.
Yeah, huge fan of them, so make sure you guys check them out. So, Batter Up. We're going to go through all the guys we've seen. Everybody but Stubbs was actually a starter at some point in one of the series. So we got, we'll just go through one by one. Let's start with Trey Turner. He had 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 RBI, 2 strikeouts, and he's averaging a 385.
He also had a double and 2 triples.
I'm still super duper excited that he's a Philly. Yeah. Sometimes it still feels unreal.
I mean, if you're coming out in the first series and you're putting up 2 triples and a double, imagine what that's going to be in any other fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw him. I'm assuming everybody watched him in the World Baseball Classic, and he was just home run after home run after home run. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the batting is what really got him. The clock, where he was, because he was relaxed in the World Baseball Classic.
Again, that goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, they didn't have that. Yeah, so
and
maybe
I feel like there was a shit ton of just one. We're coming off a World Series run, so there's that, and then there's just rust that had to be broken off. And going forward, the way this team batted, even in a shitty series where we got beat up, the batting showed up.
Yeah, I will say, I think that we will see a big difference in our batting when we're at our home opener. I really do. They're gonna feel the rush of the crowd. It's sold out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the massive cheers Trey Turner is gonna get.
Oh, people are so excited.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like. I really do predict, and I'm gonna say it right now. We're gonna see a different team when we go back to CBP.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, it's like that nerd that was on Twitter that was like, "Oh, they should be booed out of CBP." It took you, out of 162 games, it took you 3 games to think that we should be booed out of our home stadium.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You know what I mean?
Sorry. I mean, I appreciate the interaction, but
no, it's just someone that popped up on Twitter. I don't even think we follow or if they follow us.
No,
it's
just interaction.
Some idiot that opened his mouth.
Brandon, real quick, says Bohm had a good series. I think I 100% agree with you, buddy. He did have a good series. I think he struggled tonight a little bit, but he's been fantastic, and I expect amazing things out of him this season for sure. Which I guess, since you brought up Bohm, let's go into Bohm.
Yeah.
He had 2 runs, 4 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 strikeouts, and is averaging a 364.
Also has a double on the books.
What? God damn it, Corey.
What, you're not going to read that one?
I'm reading it. He said, boo Anna's CBP, F off. He's probably a Braves fan. Don't get him.
I'm going to have to maybe clip that and tag the guy so that way he knows that we don't like him. I can't stand fair weather fans because these are motherfuckers that are going to come in September, October when the playoffs is going on, and they're like, "Oh, the Phillies, yeah!" Like, dude, you were doubting us on game fucking 3, not even game 3.
Bandwagon fans, you mean?
This is before the game even started. This guy's talking this trash, and it's like, dude, get it together.
It doesn't matter. I mean, supporters support whoever they want to support whenever they feel like they're.
I'm saying if he's a Phillies fan, no, I don't want you cheering this team on.
All right.
So anyhow,
moving on to Schwarber. He had his very first hit of the season tonight. Finally. He's had 0 runs, only 1 hit, 1 RBI, 5 strikeouts. He's averaging a .077.
And
again, not worried. Not worried at all.
If the roof was open, that was a fucking home run. He got robbed.
He did. Trey also, I think, had that one ball they challenged, whether it was actually fair or foul in yesterday's game. And then today he had another one that pretty much looks like a home run and just didn't quite get there, which was a damn shame.
But I mean, Schwarber got his first hit, and that's all you need. That's what starts shit right off the rip. Your first hit of the season. Let's roll from here.
Brandon and Corey are killing me right now talking about Braves. And
they're a bunch of crybabies.
Exactly.
Dude, the fucking
Brandon said good old tears are flowing for Braves.
The funny thing is like right now, like think about it. The Braves are sitting there like, oh, we beat the shit out of the Washington Nationals. Oh God, you're leading the division because you beat up on the Nationals.
You're a gnat, you're a bug, you get smacked.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Sorry. Castellanos. I was proud of him this series. He had 3 runs, 4 hits, 0 RBIs, which is okay. He had 2 strikeouts, and he's averaging a .455.
Ready? Here's silver lining number 1.
Yay!
Ready? Because everybody needs to calm down. Silver lining number 1. Nick Castellanos is a cold hitter. He hit extremely good in Texas. He was the hit leader for the team going into today's game. It's good.
Yeah.
Castellanos is having a bounce back year. Like, stop worrying. This is only game 3, and Castellanos showed up. Also, other silver lining, because you already brought him up. Boom. He was going in today, even though it's only 1 home run, he was the home run and RBI leader for the team. These were at-bats that struggled. I'm not saying in the postseason, during the season, and they're firing up right now.
Yeah.
And Castellanos did have that, I think it was the oblique injury.
Yes.
And he played through it.
Last season, yes.
And he still did amazing in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, he spent time on the IL, but yeah, he did come back and he was doing pretty well.
Like, this is the silver linings that you have to worry about. Defense wins games, yes, but you need your offense there. And I think by time Harper gets into this lineup in about 5 weeks.
Which, if you were watching tonight's game, they actually talked to Harper in the 6th inning. And he's feeling good. He's excited. He's going to be traveling with the team as much as he can, as far as his therapy schedule allows him to. But 100%.
I'm sorry, that was 5+1. I give him a week in the minors.
I don't. Do you think he's going to go?
Yeah, I think he's going to get his bat going. He's going to go into the minors. So 5+1. He'll be back at the beginning of the 7th week. He'll be back.
I'm sorry, I had to put this comment up because this is always going to follow Bohm for his entire life. Brennan says Bohm went from I fucking hate this place to I fucking love this place.
Oh.
And hell's yes. And it made everybody love Bohm. Like, it's typical Philly right there. But yeah, it made everybody just completely fall in love with him.
Philadelphia loves to get disrespected, I think.
But they respected the fact that he owned it. Or else they would have trashed the hell out of him. But that's another story. Let's move on to Scott. He had 0 runs. However, he had 5 hits, 0 RBIs, 2 strikeouts, and is averaging a .455.
He's actually the batting average leader.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He has a 455. He's the batting average leader now. JT was.
Actually, technically, Sosa is.
What?
And yeah, he's actually batting or averaging a 500, but he hasn't been in as many games. So take with that what you want. But since you just made me bring up Sosa, he's had 0 runs, 2 hits, which is why 0 RBIs and only 1 strikeout. So he's averaging a 500.
Yeah.
But I do get what you're trying to say, Vince. Like a main starter guy, yeah.
I mean, he has another double on there, so I'll give it that right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Marshy Marsh, the bearded wonder, he went 1 run. He was not in tonight's game. That's a shame. But he had 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, 3 strikeouts, and is averaging a 286.
Yeah.
Again, everybody's just getting warmed up. I'm not worried at all about this team or any player in specific.
I mean,
not at all.
He was another player with a double and a triple.
Yeah, you have that info. I didn't write that shit down. I should have.
No, I mean that's a thing. Is like they're not just hitting. And this is also because of the shift. And I mean, I think it was Trey had one that hit the wall and the backspin off it is why he got a triple. But the doubles and triples are coming out, and it makes for, as a Philadelphia fan, it's going to be exciting because Trey is fucking fast as shit.
Oh my god!
And
he's so fast.
I mean, even Sosa, he's fast. He's another one that's if that ball gets rolling, and it's going to be a whole different game for everybody.
Yeah. I'm just going to interrupt real quick to talk about Bright Paths Brewing. You can go to www.brightpathsbrewing.com for some amazing beers and brews. And again, you guys can always check them out on Delco Dive.
They are probably,
I think they're actually my favorite.
In the poundability trademarked. But holy shit, dude, their beer just goes down, and they had one that literally I felt like after I drank the beer, the aftertaste was like I drank a bottle of Aquafina. Like I felt like I just drank a water. Their light just flicker.
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Bright Path all the way.
Mm-hmm. So back into our batters, we have Cave. Go ahead and say it.
J Cave.
There you go. He loves saying his name like this for some
reason. J Cave.
I don't know why.
J Cave.
There's something wrong with him. Also, comments. I get so distracted.
I thought J Cave was gonna have. I feel like he was trying a little bit too hard. I think the pressure, but I think when he settles in and he gets back to the way he was in spring training, no issues.
Yeah. I'm going to cut you off real quick. Corey, Corey said, we got to be here for the people. Mm-hmm. Corey says, Texas is also a park that has big gaps in the outfield. Definitely a nice park for triples. Completely. We've seen that several times. Mm-hmm. Brandon says he can't wait for May 6th when he is there for the Phillies playing the Red Sox.
Yeah, he messaged me the other day and told him that. And I was like, damn, dude. He was like, oh, I hope to see you guys there, but we won't be there.
Well, fuck. That sucks. Cave has 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 RBIs, 3 strikeouts, and is averaging a 0.
Yeah,
hey, he's gonna get there. He's gonna get there for sure. Real Muto. He's been doing all right. He had 2 runs, 4 hits, 0 RBIs, only 2 strikeouts, and is averaging a 364. And we already talked about Boom. So
I mean, going
Boom
into
and him are having the same average right now.
Going into today, he was the batting leader and the on-base percentage leader, but that got taken over.
He's my player of the series.
Yeah. He also has 1 double and 1 triple.
Yeah.
And I like that I get to say that about a player. I mean, a lot of the players on here, they're doubles and triples, but being able to drop that down the board as you go by player, being like, oh, well, he had a double and he had a triple. They're good. It's a good sign for the future. Like, there is a silver lining to how fucking horrible these last 3 games were. But It's gonna be better.
Also, and I understand this has nothing to do with the offense. This is more defensive, but with like Reese being out, Schwarber being the DH, I think twice now. Like everybody's getting new positions. Like today, for example, Bohm was first base. He's typically third base. I mean, it's just so many changes, and I feel like players do the best both offensively and defensively when they have that comfort zone of knowing every single day where they're going to be at.
Yeah, but I really hope Rob didn't give Hall the day off as like, oh, he needs a rest day, more or less to the fact that he's trying to see how
who does first base.
Because there's no reason for the beginning of the season to give player rest days.
I get that.
Yeah,
Hall did come in the last inning tonight. And speaking of him, that's perfect because he's next on my list. Hall had 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, 0 strikeouts,
and 1 double.
And he's averaging a 250.
Yep. I mean, that first game, they looked like the Phillies that we were ready for in that first part of the game.
The first half of the first game,
putting 5 runs up, but I mean,
our pitching, in my opinion, fell through for that one. But Stubbs is next. We've only saw him once in game 2. He came in late. He has 0s all across the board. Josh Harrison, we saw 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 RBIs, 0 strikeouts. He's averaging a .200.
And he pitched.
Yes, he did. We talked about. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I had it on my notes. Pache, who we actually saw start tonight.
Yeah,
he's the new Philly for us. He 0s all across the board except for strikeouts. He had 2 of those. And certainly last but not least is Sosa, who had 0 runs, 2 hits, 0 RBIs, 1 strikeout, and it, like I said earlier, averaging .500. So, anything left to say about batters?
Yeah.
No? You good?
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to Phillies news. Do you have something for Phillies news?
I got one thing is Dallas. I can't pronounce his name.
I meant one of these things.
No, okay. I didn't. I gotta make one.
Right, cool.
Dallas Keuchel is a possible minor league contract coming in. He was a prior Cy Young winner. He is 35 years old. I don't know if we bring him in as a starter, but if we put him in as a long-term reliever, like maybe like a 2-inning, maybe 3-inning, to get us out of to save our bullpen, I like it, but I'm only giving him a year. I'm not going crazy. He's old, and his best year was I think 2017. So it's been a while since he's actually had a productive season to where I would put my eggs in that basket. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, if we don't get him, it's not going to hurt my feelings. If we do get him, I'm going to hope something great comes from it.
You have feelings?
Yeah. And I mean, Wheeler's 34 now, if I remember correctly.
He's older, yeah.
So what's one more fucking year?
Yeah.
And a former Cy Young winner, maybe we can get a last, great go at it. And he's, not as great as he once was, but.
Isn't that like a Toby Keith song?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why do I know that?
Don't know.
I don't know either.
Probably because you're from Rawson, Maryland.
Okay, shut your face.
Mm-hmm.
Corey says, I would have taken him 4 years ago, but he's been on a downhill since.
Yeah. That's why I wouldn't give him anything crazy. I would put him in because he's going into a minor league contract, and that's something to where it's like, why is it a minor? It's not. Seems like he's going to be something special. It's like he just wants to continue his career. I don't know if we see him this season. I would actually like to see God damn it, that Taiwan kid, Penwen Chow or Chai.
Oh God, I'm not even gonna try and touch on that one.
Well, we signed him in the
Isn't he super young?
Yeah, I think he's 19 now.
Yeah.
But Actually, when I seen that, I went and looked this stuff up. He has a disgusting fastball that is a consistent like 97, 98.
I mean, they typically are nasty when you sign somebody that young.
Yeah, and
for sure.
His control, like his strikeout to ball ratio is just phenomenal, and I think he's going to fast track in. So I think he'll be a minor this season and then brought up next year.
Fair enough.
Kind of.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But kind of like Ranger did Bailey. They were bullpen first, and then they became starters. I see that kid potentially maybe June next year. Okay. I see him coming into our bullpen and then probably taking the same path that them two guys did. But I think he's a long term. He's not like a split game. He actually is going to go 6 innings, and I think he's going to make a lot of people feel bad about themselves.
Because let's cheer that on. I get it.
Yeah, I'm going to cheer that on. Fuck everybody else if you're not a Philly.
So for Philly news, I was just gonna kind of talk about the standings. Obviously, first series of the season, Phillies for the National League East is in last place out of 5, so they're number 5. It pains me to say this, but the best number 1 for the NL East is sadly the Mets. They have I wanted to vomit in my mouth, even just saying it out loud. It's pretty.
I wouldn't even have acknowledged that.
You know, all of a sudden I feel like I just like swallowed a penny or something. That metallic, disgusting taste. That's what I got.
Yeah.
They have 3 wins and 1 loss, so it is what it is on that. Do you have anything else left for this, or should we get into Rachel's mom joke? It's so stupid, but it makes me laugh every time.
Oh, God. Is this going to be another one?
They're all like that, Vince. Brandon, yeah, dude. Your comment. Fuck the Mets.
Fuck the Mets.
Muck the fence.
Fuck the Braves.
And then Brandon says, and Braves fans too, which is funny because you just said that too. So, yeah, you have anything else left to say? Should we get into the ending with Rachel's mom joke?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what button it was again.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if you hear something weird.
Oh my God. Do you want to... I just remembered the thing you created for Rachel's mom joke, and it's really embarrassing.
What? Do you want it before or after?
Let's do the video that you created. It's super duper embarrassing and humiliating. If you guys want to close your eyes for 10 seconds, I would appreciate it. So, let's get into that.
Really ass music. Fucking Rising Sun.
Now time for the Rachel mom joke.
You're so mean. You're gonna hate me after this joke, though. I don't know why I saw this earlier and I immediately started laughing because apparently, I think I might be stupid. Brittany says, OMG, Vince, and Corey says, Snapchat filters make it hilarious. Of course.
That's only the few that I have.
Y'all should see the shit I send him on the daily. I don't know how he puts up with me, to be quite honest. It's bad. Anyways, Rachel's mom joke is brought to you by Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company. You can go to www.neshaminy-creek-brewing.com and check out all of their awesome beer and more. And of course, check them out on Delco Drive. We love Neshaminy. They are also fantastic. You are getting your notes ready to throw. All right, hang on. I don't want to mess it up. I want to make sure I get it right this time because it's happened a lot. I get too excited. Okay. Everyone.
Your jokes are normally stupid as fuck when you left before you read them.
I told you like all day after I found it and settled it. I'm like, this is really stupid, but I love it.
And I'm like, what are you laughing at? You're like, nothing. And I'm like, oh, it's your mom joke, isn't it? Yes.
Anyways. Why is this so slow?
I don't know. Even the videos have been breaking up when we play them.
Oh, Braden's talking about Yosemite. He says he wants to try their Rita.
A what?
Their Rita's mango beer. Why has Jesse never given that to me?
Yeah, Brandon, I will tell you something, dude. The first beer.
That's my favorite flavor.
Oh
Rita's.
no, that wasn't mango. It was their shape of. They had a peach one, and dude, their shape of. If anybody wants a good fucking nice flavored beer, it rocks out. So shout out the Yosemite Creek Brewing. You guys, whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Ready?
And Delco Dive loves it. And oh my god, here we go.
What has 5 toes but isn't your foot?
Oh, I'm gonna flip the fucking couch on this. What?
My foot.
I almost threw my phone. That's how bad that was. I almost just threw my fucking phone. Oh, I had my notes crumpled up. I just threw my whole notebook. Oh god. Okay, we're done. We're done. Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay. Anyways. Shit.
Crack cocaine.
I'm not ever removing that button out. Oh my god, that was just. That was ridiculous.
I was dying to. Remember, I drew that face on my toe tonight. So this big toe. That's why I was like, you should put it as a thing on here, but I didn't want to tell you. Anyways, y'all can check us out tomorrow. He can't deal with himself. Oh no, you're gonna find the picture, aren't you? I named him Patrick.
I don't know if you can. Is it too?
Yeah, just saying.
too
Oh wait.
This is what I have to deal with 24/7. Let's sign off. That's in. Everybody in the comments, we enjoy you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the few new people that have popped in. Holy shit.
We will be live tomorrow to go over the pre-series coverage. It'll be the Phillies home opener.
Yeah.
So super excited about that. And thank you everybody. We've had a reel that's completely blown up. Yeah. So we appreciate the love and support so incredibly much. We cannot tell you guys enough for that. Thank you for everyone that's commented, everyone that's interacted, everyone that views it, anyone involved. We love and appreciate you guys. As always, check out Old City Sports Network and all the amazing podcasts and articles they have for you on the daily. And thanks for putting up with our shit. And we will see you guys back here tomorrow.
We are also planning a live watch event. Don't know the date yet.
Yes.
But it's going to be at Hangman Brewery, one of our sponsors. I'm telling you, if you guys like Bud Light, if you guys like Miller Lite, they have amazing light beers. If you like sours, IPAs, all of that, their beer is fucking amazing. And we're gonna have a live watch party. Hopefully, get some of you guys out there. You get to meet us. Rachel will tell you her live mom jokes dead in front of your face, and you can have the same reaction as me. Well, I mean, don't go flipping tables and whatnot, but you can at least be like, "What the fuck? This is what you hype me up for?"
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's fucking go. And enjoy your week that is to come, because tomorrow's Monday morning.
All right. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Go Phillies.